Welcome back, everyone, to Evil Under the Sun. We're playing Hercule Poirot. We are at this hotel, and just getting to know the history of the island and our fellow guests at the hotel. Let's see if I can find the name of the hotel anywhere. Nope, not there. I really should know. You know what? We can find it right here. We're on Seadrift Island, and the hotel is called. Doesn't matter. We're on Seadrift Island. Anyways, who are these people?
Patrick, darling, you're such a child.
Man enough.
I see what you mean, old man. There is indeed a storm coming.
Yo. Well, I guess they're gonna stay there. Actually, I don't know what happens if we click them again.
There is nothing further to be found here.
Okay. Good. Let's continue our investigation of Seadrift Island then. Major Berry. Ugh.
This is a useful point to measure the time it takes to reach Cutter's Cove, the spot that will be the scene of the murder.
Alright.
From the ledges to Cutter's Cove, it is 6 minutes. You wish to eavesdrop, Hastings? As you wish. We will listen to their conversation.
Sightseeing is all very well. I'd like to do a place thoroughly, but a quiet spot by the seaside where I can just sit and do my knitting is so relaxing, isn't it, Oakley?
Yes, darling.
And this is such a picturesque spot, quite out of the world and at the same time very comfortable and most exclusive in every way, isn't it, Oakley?
Yes, darling.
We have heard all there is to hear.
I love her accent.
Bonjour, madame. Bonjour, monsieur. I hope I do not disturb you.
Why, of course not. He's not disturbing us, is he, Oakley?
No, darling.
You must be our newest addition. Mr. Hercule Poirot, the famous detective. You recall me telling you he would be joining us, Oakley?
Yes, darling.
I am Mrs. Carrie Gardner. This is my husband, Oakley.
Very pleased to make your acquaintances. Are you enjoying your stay on the island?
Very much. It's so peaceful and relaxing. So far from the cares of the world, isn't it, Oakley?
Yes, darling.
This is an interesting spot.
Yes, isn't it? Not as much wind, I think, as the terrace above the bathing beach or over at Sanctuary Cove. Oh, look, Oakley. There goes Miss Brewster again. Can't think where she gets her energy.
What business are you in, Monsieur Gardner?
Oakley is retired, Mr. Poirot. He was manager and owner of the Lake District's best-known theatre company.
These days I travel and indulge my passion for collecting rare coins.
Enough of that. I'm sure Mr. Poirot isn't interested in old coins.
Actually, I'm pretty sure Monsieur Paul is very interested in your old coins, or in you at all.
Our fellow guests seem most charming.
You think so? Some are, of course. Others, well, I wouldn't like to say, but I was telling Oakley just last evening that Stewart woman is paying quite too much attention to Mr. Redfern, wasn't I, Oakley?
Of course, having run a theatre, I'm well aware that actors aren't like us. They have different standards.
Lower standards.
Yes, darling.
And you should have seen Mr. Marshall and Miss Darnley laughing and joking yesterday. Everyone thought they'd just met, but apparently they are old friends.
I will leave you now.
Oh, they're old friends, eh? Mm-hmm. We'll go this way. And this is Cutter's Cove.
A sturdy post. A sturdy post.
What are you thinking, Hastings? Poirot, he does not climb up and down the ladders?
Only Hastings climbs up and down the ladders. Oh, Poirot is so great. Now we're back here that we found before. I don't know. Let's go up, I guess. Oh yeah, this leads to this area. This is all there is here. Cool. Good. Let's go this way. Hey, are these some old Roman ruins? No, the monastery, I mean. Built on the Roman ruins. Yo.
I imagine this was quite a beautiful structure before it went to pot.
Yes, Hastings. Religion cannot be faulted for its aesthetic, at least.
I imagine this was...
Oh, yeah.
Yes, Hastings.
Go inside.
This is a useful point to measure the time it takes to reach Cutter's Cove, the spot that will be the scene of the murder.
Alright.
From the monastery ruins to Cutter's Cove, it is 12 minutes.
Alright. Good.
Curious, isn't it? It was an oar, I believe, planted quite securely in the ground now. I can't shift it. I'm Stephen Lane.
Hercule Poirot.
Ah, the detective. Maybe you have a theory what it's for.
Without more evidence, a deduction is difficult.
Here you go, then. I found these near the edge of the cleared space. Chicken feathers, I believe. I think those stains are dried blood. Suggestive, don't you think?
Perhaps. Do you have a theory about this post and the clearing, Monsieur Lane?
I felt something the moment I arrived on this island, Mr. Poirot. It is especially strong here. I can only describe it as a feeling of evil. More than a feeling, it's almost a physical presence.
Yes, it is very romantic here. It is peaceful. The sun shines, the sea it is blue. But there is evil everywhere under the sun.
There's a quote from Ecclesiastes. Yea, also the heart of the sons of men is full of evil, and madness is in their heart while they live. Nowadays, nobody believes in evil. Even with what is happening in Europe, they want to think that reason and common sense will prevail. But evil cannot be reasoned with, and it is real. It walks the earth.
What brings you to Seadrift Island, Monsieur Lane?
My health. I was the vicar of a church near Brixham. I became ill. I had to leave my church. I came here to heal among the historic churches and religious ruins of the area, like this old monastery. It dates back to the Middle Ages. The order was most known for producing a passable brandy, I believe, but they never flourished. I expect that was because of the site they chose.
Did you notice that he said Brixham? which is where some of those stories that Poirot told in the beginning took place, and the girl in the forest with the ballet shoes, which definitely seems to have which also happened the same year, so it definitely seems to have connection to the ballet teacher as well, and also the third story with the voodoo whatever thingy-majiggy.
What is wrong with this site?
It isn't the only Christian edifice erected on top of more ancient construction, as I'm sure you know. In this case, there was a Roman temple here, 500 years before the monks arrived. Unfortunately, it is believed it was a temple to Bacchus, a particularly nasty cult notable for debauchery and licentiousness.
Bacchus, eh? That might explain the decent brandy.
I was searching for evidence of the earlier temple when you arrived. I found an opening beneath one of the walls over there, leading down into the earth. But it's blocked by a sizable stone. I was hoping to use this post as a lever, but it's immovable.
What do you think of our fellow guests?
I haven't spent much time with them, I'm afraid. I've been poking around out here, mainly. If I could get some idea of the location of other nearby religious sites, I expect I'd be off to visit those. I think it would do me good after this place. Mr. Poirot, I'm feeling under the weather. These ruins take it quite out of me, I'm afraid. If you'll excuse me.
But of course.
Bye-bye. Let's check this place out then.
This post looks like it was once an ore.
But what is its purpose now?
There is quite a passage down there. We will need something more than good intentions to shift this stone, however.
Alright. So we know that this exists here. We have a lot of stuff in our inventory. Let's go here. Down here. And over here.
This is a useful point to measure the time it takes to reach Cutter's Cove, the spot that will be the scene of the murder. From Sanctuary Cove to Cutter's Cove, it is 15 minutes.
Alright.
Bonjour, mademoiselle.
Hello.
I am Hercule Poirot, a fellow guest who has arrived only last night.
I'm Linda, Marshall. I'm here with my father and his wife.
What about the pile of brush interests you so?
It is just a pot of brush, isn't it?
You wish it were something else?
I was trying to make a blind so the Gilmores would come closer.
A hunter's blind?
I don't want to hunt them. They're wonderful creatures. I just want to study them.
I would offer my assistance, but Poirot knows nothing of blinds, I am afraid.
Wait, Poirot. That won't do. Did you make a blind for the girl, or didn't you?
That is to say, I might be able to construct one?
You just didn't want to admit you'd done any physical labor.
You know nothing about them, but you can build one.
Yes. Is it not strange how we can feel such contradictory notions sometimes?
Oh, those? I have them all the time. I'm a mass of contradictions.
Guillemots? The birds?
Yes. Do you know about them?
I cannot say I do.
Hold on, Poirot, I do.
Now let the child speak, Hastings.
Oh, rather.
They are really quite common. These are of the genus Urea algae. They live in great colonies. They look almost like penguins, don't they? They waddle along and bow to one another. And sometimes they purr, almost like kittens.
Good heavens, Poirot. I never thought of it before, but do you know who they remind me of?
They are truly marvelous.
You remind him of Poirot?
They seem to like it here very much.
The government made it a sanctuary for them. That's what this place is called now. Sanctuary Cove.
What brings you to this Smuggler's Rest Hotel?
It was Arlena's idea. That's my stepmother.
Are you enjoying yourself?
No, I hate it. I don't know why we're here.
Ah well, this summer it is almost past. I think your school it will be starting again soon?
Miss Porter's? I suppose so. I wouldn't know.
Miss Porter's? Hastings, the name of this school is familiar to me. There is a newspaper account in my files. What do you think of your fellow guests?
Miss Darnley's nice, and Christine Redfern is too. But I hate her husband.
He is unkind to you?
No, it's my father I care about. He can't see it, but I can. I see what's happening.
It has been a pleasure, mademoiselle.
Can you really make a blind? I'm no good at it at all.
I will try.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Hastings, what have you gotten me into now?
Relax, old man. All we really need is some cord, a couple of sturdy posts, and something to anchor it all with. Tent stakes, for example.
Tent stakes? On an island with a perfectly good hotel. Why would anyone need tent stakes?
Oh, well, I see your point.
Hastings?
Relax.
Tent stake.
Okay, but we have the sturdy posts. Okay, we gotta go back and look in his files for Miss Porter's.
This looks important. I will keep it in my notebook.
Okay.
This document bears further study. I will keep it in my notebook. Interesting. I'll put it in my notebook. This may be important. I'll keep it in my notebook.
Alright. Notebook. Here. Corrigan newspaper story. Totten's Times, 20th of May 1940. Housewife found strangled. Only a few weeks after a 15-year-old Brixham schoolgirl was found murdered, a second strangulation death has been reported by police. The body of the victim, Alice Corrigan, 32, of Totten's, was discovered yesterday by a young woman, Elizabeth Stride, on a hiking tour of the Downs. Edward Corrigan, the victim's husband, is said to be prostrate with grief and vowed to offer an award for the arrest of the killer. Corrigan was returning home from London by train when his wife was murdered and is not considered a suspect in the case. Police refused to comment on whether or not two similar crimes in such a short period of time might indicate a homicidal person is on the loose in South Devon. Parsons newspaper story. Brixham, Sunday, 17th of May 1940, so this would be before this one. No new leads in girl's murder. Over 1 month since the brutal murder by strangulation of 15-year-old Millie Parsons, no solution to the case appears in sight. The body of the victim, a student at Miss Porter's School for Young Ladies, was discovered by a search party just after midnight the morning of April 13th. She had attended a ballet class in town the evening before and was last seen walking back to her school. The short walk took her through the woods known as Olmsted Copse, where her body was discovered. While it was reported that the police had at least one individual helping them with their inquiries, no arrest was made, and the individual is now said not to be a suspect. Police have interviewed students and staff at the school, as well as residents of surrounding farms, countless times in the intervening weeks, but without turning up new clues. Drug smuggling story. East Grinstead Herald, 3rd of January 1940. Drug smuggling ring smashed. Members of the West Sussex Constabulary and Scotland Yard announced yesterday that they had arrested 3 individuals on charges of attempting to smuggle heroin into the country. Samuel Tanner, 43, of Burgess Hill, Thomas Mayhew, 35, of East Grinstead, and Oliver Bailey, 33, also of East Grinstead, were apprehended while offloading their deadly cargo on the beach below Carey Spit. The sensational news was greeted with shock and dismay by local officials. Councilman Stephen Eastman noted that at a time when war hangs over us all and everyone in England should be rallying together, to think that some of our own citizens would be capable of such wanton disregard for human life simply to make a profit is truly appalling. We can only hope that justice in this case is swift and sure. Shipwreck Island story. Okay, so basically I just came here and picked them up in non-chronological order, but Sticklehaven Sentinel, 15th of August 1939. Nightmare on Shipwreck Island. The striking modern house built by sailing enthusiast Frederick Robson is the scene today of an intense police investigation into multiple murders occurring there over the past weekend. The victims are reportedly from all walks of life and include several prominent figures of London society. Their names are being withheld pending notification of the families. Little is known yet of the tragic events that unfolded on the island after a storm isolated what was to have been a house party hosted by the island's new owner, Mr. Ewan Owen, or unknown. We have been unable to reach Mr. Owen for comment, yet the police have been unwilling to confirm if he was one of the victims. Indeed, even the number of victims remains in question. Early today, an anonymous source told the Sentinel that the murders were somehow linked to a child's nursery rhyme that eerily predicted the order and manner of the deaths. Readers may be sure that the Sentinel will bring you all of the latest developments in this shocking and mysterious affair. So I can tell you all right now that this article refers to another of Agatha Christie's books. Probably one of the most... Okay, I don't know. My guess is that it is one of her most famous books, which is based on a nursery rhyme. And there are 10 people who go to this house and they die one after the other, according to the nursery rhyme. And I'm not sure what the book is called today because the title has been changed. So I'm not sure how you would find it today. I think it's like 10 Little Penguins? I don't know, something. But this refers to another Agatha Christie book. So if you read, or yeah, for Agatha Christie fans, I guess. Like, it has nothing to do with this case. I'm not going to use the finger of suspicion, because nah.
That will not help. A sting.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. Okay, we have the posts, so we need rope and something to anchor it with. I have no idea where to find those things. I do not remember this at all. Whoa, what do I do now? Oh, okay, I just clicked outside the game.
This was quite a beautiful...
Yes,
I was like, why are you lagging, game? Why is it crashing? I was like, no, I clicked outside the window. I have managed to force it into windowed mode. This game is not naturally in windowed mode, but I have forced it into windowed mode, which I am very happy about. Is this a dining hall here? Yep. Okay. People are... Okay, we have to build that thing. Where do we find items? We don't know. Maybe we can ask Mrs. Castle or whatever? Oh yeah, she's in her office. I guess we can walk into her office then.
I suggest we wait until Mrs. Castle is no longer present before searching her office.
Nah.
Was there something else, Mr. Poirot?
Is the hotel safe at the disposal of guests?
Of course. We'll be happy to store any of your valuables.
Have you been the manager here long?
Only a few months. Not quite the situation I was hoping for, and it won't last much longer thanks to the war.
Are there any golf courses nearby on the mainland? Hastings, Poirot does not play their golf. Remember who you are.
Sorry, old man.
I will not impose upon you further, madame.
Mr. Poirot, there was one thing.
Oui, madame?
It's such a small matter, I feel silly bringing it to the attention of a gentleman with your reputation.
Do not let the reputation of Poirot cause you to hesitate in your inquiry.
Well, my wire recorder has gone missing. I used to dictate all my letters for a girl in the village to type up. She's learning to type, so she brings her own typewriter. I need only supply the paper.
When was the wire recorder taken?
Sometime on the evening of the 19th.
Do you lock your office?
There has never been any need. I lock the safe, of course. That is where all the valuables are kept.
Did anything else out of the ordinary happen on the day the recorder went missing?
Let me see. Well, that was the day Arlena Stewart arrived. A celebrity such as she causes quite a stir.
I am not sure what I can do, but I will be happy to keep my eyes and ears open, madame.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Poirot.
A wire recorder? Those things are huge. Shouldn't be difficult to track down.
Pardon, madame?
Well, I guess it depends on who took it and where. I really have no idea what to do now. Whoops, stopped clicking outside the game. I don't know if we can, like... Is she still here? Oh, is she on the other side? Yes.
I'll lose my job if Mrs. Castle catches me.
Okay, fine. Oh, this is our inventory, okay. Yeah, I don't know what to do now. We'll figure it out in the next episode. So thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see ya.